Well, let's look at this. I read this on Friday about 11 a.m. It's talking about how the major stock indexes closed sharply lower Friday after President Trump threatening massive tariffs in China. So the market, what happened was the market took a big dive because President Trump posted something on Truth Social about how China was becoming hostile regarding rare earth. So he threatened on increasing taxes, and that's all it took. Uh, Nasdaq went down 2.6%. The S&P 500 2.7. The Dow Jones 1.9. What this means is that if you had $100,000 in the bank, you probably lost. Not in the bank, in the stock market, invested in the stock market, and it's pretty well spread out. So you probably lost about $1,500 just uh, on Friday. So it all happens because of one post on social media of the president. You can see that the major stock indexes closed sharply lower Friday after President Trump threatened massive hits from China. Now, if you keep reading them, I read this on the first time I read it was on Friday around 11 in the morning Pacific time, and by the end of the day, uh, the damage was twice as much. So if you look at some of these stocks like Nvidia, pressed on that, and it takes you to this chart. You can't really tell from here. So I think I'm going to use the Fidelity app to look at, let's look at the Fidelity app, and let's see. If we look for, what was it? Nvidia. Hold on, let me check. I forgot the code for it. Yeah, NVDA. So we look at that. Let's see. There it is. So we look at this. If we look for let's say look at 5 days, we'll see that on October 10th at 10 in the morning. Well, this was pretty early in the day, I guess, Eastern time. So at that time it was 195. By 11 in the morning it was 188. That's when I checked. So it had dropped substantially. But by the end of the day, it was about it was 183 actually. So it had lost 4.9% by the end of the day. It dropped. Just that single stock, it dropped 4.9%, about $9 that day. So look at before that, looking at 1 month now. See that as low as it's been in the last month was 170. So still not at its lowest, but I mean, so if we go back to the article, Nvidia shares set a new all-time high early trading, but reversed after this post, right? And it finished down by 4.9%. Also, other advanced micro devices sank even more, 7.8. Amazon is probably going to sink a lot more because these tariffs are going to affect product coming in and ships. I think Amazon probably has all these products that it's going to need until Christmas right now. But after that, we'll probably see the price changes. The price changes again. Gold surpassed the $4,000 threshold again. So if you're thinking about buying jewelry or buying some gold jewelry, it's probably going to be a lot more expensive than it was before. Let's see. Also, in corporate news, Apple did well, but not because of the tariffs. They did well because they had made some announcements, new lease agreements, and also, let's see, yeah. So we'll see on Monday how that they're affected. Let's look at something else right now. Let's see. Yeah, let's look at Qualcomm. See how they're doing. So if we look at a 1 month, see last month they've been as high as 1783. On October 9th they were 165. By the end of the day, on October 10th, they were at 153. So just in the past year, the lowest was 127. So they haven't hit their all-time low as far as the last, at least in the past year. Let's see. Let's go back to the article. So one bright spot was Pepsi, whose stock surged after a 3.7% lead in the S&P 500. But it was a day after the rise in more than 4% of the soda is next giant Q3 topped its estimates and replaces CFO. So these were other factors with Pepsi, but we'll see how they do with regards to what happens next. So if you look at these stocks and probably every other stock in the market, this would be, even if you have some money saved, this would be a good time to invest in some of these stocks because they're probably going to bounce back as soon as Trump changes his mind on